So in my last video, some of you wanted to know more precisely, how do I study, how do I learn words, how do I learn 1,500 plus words per month, what does my process look like? So I thought I would go through all of the websites and services I use to do this. I'm going to show you LingQ, I'm going to show you Migaku, vocab tracker, I'm going to show you how I use ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you the Anki flashcards that I have. But let's jump into it. LingQ, I used to use it a lot more in the past. I stopped using it when I started using vocab tracker and Migaku. But I started using it again because Migaku does not have Arabic yet. It doesn't have support for Arabic. But LingQ does. And this is what it looks like. You have a text that you can input, or they have their own stories and text you can use. When there's nothing behind it like this, this is a word that I've marked that I already know. And if it's blue, that means it's an unknown word that I haven't encountered yet. And I can choose what the meaning is over here. And it'll remember the meaning I select for it. And it'll put in a list, which I can later export to flashcards. But I'll get to that in a moment. Basically, this is nice because it gives you good definitions when you click on the words. I don't know if you can hear that, but it actually pronounces the words and speaks it so you can hear them as well. But once you have enough words and you want to study them in Anki, you come down here and click on Manage Links. It's going to take you to this. And you'll want to wait for it to load all the words, and then you go to more actions, and you could do export all links Anki file. This will give you an Anki file that you can import directly, but I think this just gives you one-to-one words, which I think is not a good flashcard format. So I like to make my own flashcard format, so I just do export all links. And what this does is it'll send an email to me with the CSV file with all of this information, basically the word, the meaning in English, and the sentence that's found in. Now, what you have to do is once you have this CSV file, you want to take it to ChatGPT and you want to use this prompt that I made. I'm going to put this prompt in the description of the video, so don't worry. You can check it out in the description. I'm also going to put links to LingQ, Migaku, and vocab trackers. So if you want any of these services or websites, you can just check the description of this video for the links. But once you use this prompt, it'll give you a modified CSV file you can download, and then you just import that into Anki here. But basically what the prompt does is it switches around some of the columns, and it combines two of the columns so that the back of the card has the English meaning, it has the front of the card has the foreign language sentence, and then the back of the card will have, let me just show you. So this is my Arabic deck. We have the front of the card with the Arabic sentence. It is cut off. They only show you maybe 6 or 7 words, but that's okay. And then on the back is the target word with the English meaning. And so you can just use this as a regular Anki card. You just hit good or easy if you know it, or again if you don't know it. I like to do it in chunks of 5 new cards at a time. So I'll go through 5 cards until I feel like I know them. And once I finish 5, then I go back and I tell it to do custom study, increase today's new card limit by 5 cards. I do another set of 5. And I do that for a 15 minutes time chunk. For Arabic, I'm doing about an hour a day of review and studying new words in 15-minute chunks. So 4 15-minute chunks of just reviewing vocabulary or studying new vocabulary. Now, I use Migaku for languages like Japanese, Spanish, and this is what it looks like. This is the legacy version for the reader. They made a new version that's focusing on visual media, like videos for YouTube. where you can analyze the words, but I like to read, so I'm using the legacy reader. And if you hold down Shift and hover over a word, there's going to be a pop-up dictionary like this. It shows you the reading of the word. And if you click this, this here, it will actually create a flashcard in Anki. And I'll show you what that looks like. If we come down to my Japanese Migaku deck, this is the front of the card. It gives you the sentence, the full sentence, unlike LingQ. LingQ just gives you 6 words or so. Migaku gives you the entire sentence. And at least for Japanese, once you hit answer, it will color code it so you can see the pitch accent. You see how it's marked in different colors depending on what the pitch accent is. It also gives you the furigana above the Chinese characters so you know how to read it, as well as the English meaning, and it gives you a Google image that pulls from the Google search when you create the flashcard. Here it's very small so you can't see it, but it should be bigger, and that helps give you a visual reference for the word. I like Migaku a lot because, I don't know if you could hear it, but it also speaks the word. It has audio.
Hitari.
Yeah, so you can hear the word as well. And it makes all of this just by one click of the button. So it gets rid of a lot of the administrative work, which is beautiful for me because I want to spend more time studying words and using the foreign language. I don't want to spend so much time doing administrative work to create flashcards. Now, Migaku, if you have a Spanish deck, let me see if I can find mine. It will do it'll color code these for the gender of the word. So it's blue for masculine, and let me see if I can find a feminine. Yeah, red for feminine. If you do German, you'll also have gray for neuter. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's red for the feminine, blue for masculine. I can't seem to find a neuter, but yeah, as well as for Chinese. I haven't actually done Migaku for Chinese yet, but I know that they color code the words for the tones. So which tone the word is, they'll color it a different color. So that's Migaku. Migaku does cost money. It's about $5 a month. LingQ, by the way, costs money to use their full version, which is, I think, $10 or $12 a month, I forget. But if you use the link in my description for LingQ, it will give you 100 free links so you can test it out. And the 100 free links basically lets you use it to kind of understand what it's about and how good it is. So if you're interested in that, click on the link in the description. Now, the last one I'll go over is Vocab Tracker. So Vocab Tracker is good because it's free. The only problem with Vocab Tracker is that the dictionaries that it uses not so good. So usually it's the same as LingQ. You basically click on the words, it'll bring up the English meaning here, and it will remember the sentence that it was found in as well as the word. Now, the problem with the dictionary is it gives you weird definitions or meanings. I find that I actually have to look up the word in either the Google pop-up dictionary here and then copy and paste it in, or I use ChatGPT to get the meaning and then I copy and paste it in, which again I don't like to do because this is administrative work that's not directly related to learning the language. So that's a big drawback for Vocab Tracker. However, it is free, so you can't beat that. If you want to use Vocab Tracker, I put a link in the description. Last thing is for ChatGPT. A lot of you have been asking me, how do I get my visual mnemonics? How do I get ChatGPT to give me a visual mnemonic? Because one of the ways that I learn foreign language vocabulary is I get images that relate to the sounds of the foreign word so that I can remember the English meaning. So first thing you want to know is you want to use ChatGPT 4.0 or 4. Don't use ChatGPT 3.5. And basically you want to write something like, give me a visual mnemonic using text to help me remember a foreign word by its sounds for its English meaning. Do you understand? Now, I'm going to put this in the description, but a lot of the time, it won't give you a good mnemonic at first. It may give you something like this, where it's basically garbage, where it says the Japanese word for water is mizu, and then it says visualize a tall glass of water with the word mizu written on the side, but instead of liquid, it's filled with ice cubes shaped like the letters M, I, Z, and U. So that's not a very good mnemonic because you're just trying to remember M, I, Z, and U. You may as well just remember the word outright. So you have to train it. In this case, I said, in the case of mizu, you should give me something that relates the sounds mi and zu to the meaning of water. And then it does go ahead and it says me sounds like me. Imagine me holding a big bucket of water. Zoo sounds like zoo. Picture yourself walking through a zoo and every animal is drinking water. So that's an acceptable visual mnemonic. Basically says imagine me walking through a zoo carrying a bucket of water, and that is the way that you can remember that mizu means water in Japanese. So again, I've been using LingQ a lot for Arabic and Migaku for Japanese, Spanish, and German. Vocab Tracker I used to use for Arabic and Spanish, but I've been moving away from it just because of that dictionary problem and having to type in the definitions every time. But yeah, if you want to use any of these services, I put links in the description, as well as I will put the prompts for ChatGPT. So I hope that helps you understand how I study, how I get the words into Anki, how I learn them. I learn them by usually 5 new words at a time. And yeah, that's basically it. I just repeat the process until I've learned 1,000 plus words in a month. Of course, you do have to review a lot. There are a lot of reviews that come up when you're learning words that much. But yeah, if you have mnemonics, you can remember the words, and if you continue to review them and understand them, then the reviews keep getting pushed out further and further and further, which gives you more time to learn new words. So that's it. Last thing I'll do is I will plug my book. If you want to learn Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish at the same time, check out my book that I've written. This basically teaches you how to learn the 3 Scandinavian languages at the same time. Even if you have no interest in Scandinavian languages, it's fun to see languages side by side and together. I've also included Icelandic and Faroese in the back for even more comparative sake. So yeah, get the book if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I'm going to be putting out more content to help you get fluent. Okay, thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.